stand up and get ready, take your shirt off and shout rev deuces. Stream starts now. Now that I have your attention, it's time for us to get serious. Say hello and chat to your friends. Fires up the stream, hear the good vibes come. Let's distract you from that terrible day. Your wife doesn't suck, your husband is a nag, but here you matter, and there's very little lag. Rev deuces stream, yeah, we laugh as one, telling dad jokes and flirting with every daughter and son. We're gonna burn our retirement homes on down and shake our asses like Nurse Rose Brown. Patch notes hit, he's already read it. Scopely's wild, he's not gonna edit. Game's a mess, he still stands tall with spreadsheet sass and a reverent call. Do you miss having someone to talk to when you're bored? To talk to when you ain't got nothing to do? Do you miss having someone to talk to when it's late at night? Well, have I got a stream for you? Rev deuces stream, yeah, we laugh as one, telling dad jokes and flirting with every daughter and son. We're gonna burn our retirement homes on down and shake our asses like Nurse Rose Brown. Ain't nothing wrong with a little pawn far. Chat can't be trusted, it's a juvenile seminar. But that's okay because we all need a little fun. Life's too short and you're too cute, my ginger buzz. Rev deuces stream, yeah, we laugh as one, telling dad jokes and flirting with every daughter and son. We're gonna burn our retirement homes on down and shake our asses like Nurse Rose Brown. Welcome to the Revelers, baby, warping proud. From War Thunder to Star Trek, I'm gonna lead the crowd. All are welcome, that's the our way. Dropping love and shaking ass every stream all day. I'm Rev Deuce, you guys are amazing. Come
All right, let's turn all the musics down. Welcome in, everybody. It is the not working correctly edition of Star Trek Fleet Command, which is also known as Star Trek Fleet Command. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing great. So I get all my games sorted here. If you are out there, let me tell you a fun fact about Star Trek Fleet Command. It's got problems right now. It's got some oopsies, some whoopsies, and some doopsies going on. But the good news is we're here together with each other, and that's what matters, right? We have each other. So kind of predictably, tasks have failed. We've got problemos. And look, it be like that sometimes. It's Star Trek be Star Trekking. And what are we going to do? Right? So for those asking, we have not gotten to do a full set of upgrades for all the events because the events have actually been turned off. So those who missed the post, I can put it here on the screen. A little bit of an announcement from Les Overlords. Just completely nixed it. So right here, Hammy just a few minutes ago, before we are going live, announcing that they are pulling the brand new 10K task. Ha! Yeah, we'll also be sending out a compensation chest, which, hey, we like compensation chest. I'm down for a comp chest, baby. If we're sending out comp chest, that's for me. Shout out to Tibbs, who also is a big comp chest aficionado. Good to see you. But yeah, we're here. We're there and we're everywhere. We'll be covering all the different details and answering your questions. Now, as kind of like worryingly predicted, I mentioned this in my video, all the new things for those curious are Masters League. So if you aren't in Masters League, that's a big heckin' oh well. All the new rewards. Now, I will, of course, provide feedback. Basically scream at them that that's stupid, because who needs most of the things that they have in the new additions for the store? Free to play and low level players. You know, the people who are in Masters League. You know, yeah, it's just, like, I knew that Premium Mirror doesn't be a Masters League, like, duh. But even the badges, like, everything is okay. Anyway, again, what I said in my video, I haven't changed. I still think overall, good change, but it's not great because of all the different flubs that we're going to talk about today. But at the same time, we're going to keep it positive. We're going to talk about the good things that you can take advantage of, because honestly, that's what's more important anyway. And even if they have flubbed Alliance tournaments, that doesn't change what Alliance tournaments is, which is one of the most valuable things that you can do in Star Trek Fleet Command. Doesn't matter what level you are, extreme value. So I'll start my Herodian task. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And I will go grind them out, because it simply is that important, that good. It is what it is. We can talk about the negatives, and I'm not saying they don't exist. I am fully acknowledging there's some poop and I can smell it, but I'm also not going to sit here and pretend like there's not a lot of good here. So I'm going to try to take advantage of that as well. But welcome in, everybody. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. I'm gonna give a shout out to those who are here so far. There's a lot of you. Falcon Paul, good to see you. Been a while, man. I don't see you anymore. Ryan, I don't know why people are calling me while I'm working. Walter, Eddie, Kinslayer, Brandon, Dark, Ginger, James, Edward, Mike, Paul, Dustin. Good to see all of you. Welcome on in. Bruno, DRM, Seathan, Fantasy, Tavi. Good, another little server 20 shout out. Good to see you. Peter, Phil, welcome in. K-Golf, Fred, Balltrek. Good to see somebody. Welcome in. Welcome in. The Thought Maker in Masters League and Ops Locked is 100% stupid. Yeah, being in Masters League for things like Thought Maker, definitely silly decision. But hey, here we are playing Star Trek Fleet Command regardless, right? That's just, we've gotten used to it. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you want better stuff, move up and join the Better Lines, get Masters League. And like I said, that's fine and dandy, but you know, we're talking about things that should be available to the average player, you know? Good to see you, Jim Bob. Welcome in. BJ, good to see you as well. Right? Good to see you as well. If they rotate all the old Masters, if they rotated all the old Masters League stuff down, they wouldn't, me and BJ wouldn't have a problem with the Masters League setup. And honestly, I think that's a fair comment. Yeah, if they were to do that, that would be fair. But that's not what they're doing, right? But I get where you're coming from. That would make sense. That would absolutely make sense. Put some of the old Masters League stuff, rotate those down, and then just say, hey, every time we add, we're going to add it to Masters League. So have at it, right? 1,300 for a single officer badge is crazy. I actually don't feel like that's crazy, but that's also fair. Like, I don't honestly feel like 1,300 for a command badge is crazy. Now, again, that goes back to being relative to what you're earning. Because if you're in Masters League and you're doing your 10K task, yeah, you're not going to struggle bus with that. But I definitely understand the point, right? And I think that my issue is just the availability in general. I would have a big issue with that. But at the same time, I'm definitely going to be here to pass along what people think. And if we have the majority of players messaging me on Discord, Facebook, etc., saying, hey, we don't like this, that's also okay. I'm completely down with that, and I will pass along whatever is the group think majority. Tim says when they added new things to Masters League, they should downgrade those stuff. We're starting to see a theme here. Starting to see a theme here. Yeah, good to see you, Corey. Corey, you should know when I'm streaming. It's the same time every week, every day. I've not changed my schedule for 5 years. Even though I am debating changing my schedule now, it's not changed for 5 years. So it's been a long time. Woof, my Atlanta schedule's been going on a long time. Crazy thing has been that long. I think we have to see the new task rotation. I haven't seen any of the old 10K tasks. So Vasuba, if you missed it, we did talk about this earlier. It broke. So they had to take out the task and then reset it with the new task. Reset it with the old task. So those broke. As they tried to add the new ones, it borked everything, which is also why we do not have all the new tasks in the spreadsheet either. I have tried to start working on that this morning, but have not done a lot of it, to be completely honest with you, because there's just not been a lot for me to do. There's been a lot of borked. Kirigata, good to see you, says, is Star Trek new player friendly? Yes, in fact, you could argue it's more new player friendly than anybody else, because there's a lot of problems right now for our higher levels. But yes, it is very new player friendly in today's 2025 ecosystem of gaming. Yeah, it's nice. Woo. Everybody else up top, though, struggle busting. The regular folks out there, you know, especially new people getting in, yeah, feel free. Bye-bye, Kirigata. If you want to join in with us on server 710, before you hit level 12, you can change to any server. You can join us on 710. Come join me in Horde. Join my alliance. Well, one of the many alliances I'm in. All right. Stingray says, not always. There's clear value to some epics and obviously less value to commons. Even if they are new, it's fair to add new things to all levels and keep high value as high level rewards to obtain. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Stingray. I'm going to assume you're having a conversation with somebody in the chat. But generally speaking, yeah, I agree with you. Which is why I'm fair with the idea of like Tibbs talking about, hey, when they put in new 10Ks and new Masters League stuff, just roll down the old ones to everybody else. I think that's completely fine. I think that's a solid idea. I would go as far as to say I encourage stuff like that. I think that's a really good idea that would help out a lot of players. I'm also using the wrong crew here, but oh well. Without Officer Depot event for low levels, it's not as new player friendly as it was a few months ago. Yes and no, Thomas. While absolutely agree that they need to have Officer Depot tokens more readily available for low levels, they have also made a slew of events for low levels that kind of compensate for that, and we could debate value. But in terms of everyday gameplay, you want the best gameplay in Star Trek Fleet Command, it's G3, G4, and maybe G5. It's absolutely not G6, G7. G3 is significantly better as a playing experience than G7 is, as is G4 and G5 in my opinion. I mean, they are very new player and free-to-play friendly and a lot of fun. Now, some people get caught up in sunk cost fallacy and they've worked years to get up to level 67 and spent thousands of dollars and they're like, I'm just not going to go back, and that's fine. But the most fun in this game is G3, G4, G5. And when G8 rolls out, we can probably throw G6 into the mix. So, now DRM says they should have added a new bracket or task slots for the new ones so they didn't water down the task for the 99% that can't do the G7. I agree, DRM. And if you remember, I talked about this in my video. I said, hey, the concern is you're going to dilute the 3 groups that we have, especially group 3, with the task. I think there should be a group 4. But I want to remind everybody the dirty truth of this game and every other game that exists. It's here to make money. So these new tasks are designed to push money, right? Sell packs. I actually had in my alliance here on server 710, had one of the guys like, hey, make sure you save the multiphasic tasks because I'm going to be buying packs. Fair, right? Remember, that's part of it. So to an extent, they do have to dilute the availability of all the free-to-play tasks to an extent because it is designed to make money. Now, with that said, there should also be accessibility for everybody else to do other tasks. I'm not trying to skate around that. I'm just saying it would be unfair for us as players to expect them to just like say, oh, here's the special group of only paid tasks, and then have us just have all the goodies given to us. So it's finding balance. Obviously, from their side, they should not think that all of us are going to spend money. That's ridiculous. From our side, we shouldn't expect them to just say, oh, here's a special area for only spending. They're not going to do that either. So it's finding that balance in between. Right now, the balance is the new tasks are broken, so it doesn't matter. We're probably going to have to wait till, I mean, they'll honestly probably finish it and get it fixed before this Alliance tournament rolls up, right? Because this tournament is going to be going for a few days. But yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Brian says the new restructure of tasks is messed up. Free to play is completely screwed. Only 10K tasks, the temporal disruptors. Yeah, right, for free to play. The temporal disruptor is very easy for free to play, so I'm not sure why you're writing it. But again, this broke the task. They've turned them off. You might need to reboot to see the reset of events. And thank you, Tim, for gifting 5 memberships here on YouTube out to people out there. You're supporting the channel financially and helping out others do the same. I appreciate you supporting me and my family. That means a lot. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Now, for those who missed it, we talked about this earlier. There's an issue where Alliance tasks are not refreshing correctly. So to keep things fair, I'm reading from their announcement. We're temporarily pausing the new task while we work on a fix. Once everything's back to normal, the task will restart and refresh as intended. Then they'll send out a comp chest. So they also put out that in the news in game. Your task refresh is broken. Okay? They've announced it. There will be a comp coming. You'll even see the announcement in game. They put it in Discord. I'm thankful that they've put it in multiple locations. But it is a known issue. Tasks are broken. No worky. Okay? Still, we can try to get things fixed. We can try to give y'all some, like, hey, here's what we should look at. And we can talk about what we know already. Like, we know where the Alliance tournaments and stuff are at. Kirigata, my Alliance on server 710 is the House of Rev Deuce. Because if you're going to be a narcissist, be a narcissist. It's my Alliance. It's the House of Rev Deuce. Horde. Over on 710. Any changes to the store? So all the things that we talked about being added into the store have been added for Masters League alliances. So the command badges, the engineering badges, the premium mirror dust, etc., are in the game now, but they are for our friends in Masters League currently. Now, of course, I am already compiling a list of feedback that I will send back to multiple community managers and say, hey, look, here's what my players are saying. This is what they expect, etc. And we can try to like go from that and, you know, do something with that. But for me, just letting y'all know where we're at in terms of like as a group, what's being said, everything, I'm going to do what I can. On a happier note, what's your opinion on the building more than one G6 rare? I don't really think that it's needed, Stefan, but I'll say this. Anything in the game that you think you would enjoy. So for example, you really like the Titan from Star Trek Picard. Yeah, go after it if you've already got a Velox. Who's to tell you that's silly? You know, the silliest way to play this game is to focus on nothing but leveling up ops. So whatever's fun for you, enjoy that thing, even if that is leveling up ops. So, yeah. They should show the new items in the new stores at the bottom like the current Masters League item, which is fair. I'm not arguing against that. I'm just telling y'all that the items did get added, but sadly they only got added in for, well, the big people. The Masters League people who were there. So right now you can't see them, but I can assure you that they are present in the Masters League alliances. We just can't see them if we're not there. I agree. It would be nice if they showed. You know what else would be nice? It would also be nice if when you already had the items in the store, they disappeared. There are a lot of things that would be nice. It would also be nice if I had more hair on my head, less fat in my belly, and I was 15 years younger. There are a lot of things that would be nice. You know what I mean? There'd be a lot of things that'd be nice. Are you enjoying the Dauntless benefits? Is it worth spending on now, or is it a mad benefit? Honestly, that really depends. I mean, the real value of the Dauntless is trying to get to it early so that you can start upgrading it because it takes a long time to upgrade. I think the Dauntless is solid. The Dauntless is not doing anything that people in G6 and G7 haven't already been doing with bots, which is probably part of why its sale numbers were so low. You kind of have to decide for yourself. It works exactly as advertised. You can send it out to aggregation, Monavine, hostiles, whatever, and auto grind. If that's valuable for you, go for it. So, yeah, it's valuable for you, go for it. DRM, I've said this before, so it's going to make y'all mad. DRM says it'd be nice if they tested new content. Here's what's going to really ruffle your feathers. They test everything they roll out. Everything. All of it's tested. None of it rolls out just like, I hope it works. There's no hopes and prayers there. There's testing. That just speaks, though, to how bad their systems are. Because everything is tested. All of it. All of it. A lot. Vigorously. As in, they spend hours. And they actually bring in players to test it. That's how bad their systems are. That they can do all that work. And then it still is completely when it releases out to the general public. So. I mean, they test everything. But that's... To me, that's even worse because if you didn't test it, at least there's the excuse you didn't test it. They test everything. They just are really crap at it. They can't translate and release it to the open servers. What do they test with? That is the real question because they can't seem to roll out a single thing without massive issues. And see, somebody, that's not fair because they've rolled out plenty of things that didn't have issues. Some things just have massive issues. That is a consistent problem that they have, but it's not right to be unfair to them to say everything they roll out is problematic either. It's disingenuous. We got to be accurate with our flaming. That way they don't disregard us as just always flaming for no reason. I mean, they've rolled out plenty of things that work perfectly. Then they've also rolled out crap. You know, so we need to make sure we address the things they roll out as crap. So, Zeron says, I still don't trust them when they say they test stuff. Okay, well, take it this way, Zeron. Trust me. Why would I lie to you? I have no reason to lie to the player base. You're all the ones who pay my bills. Scopely refuses to pay my bills. I've told them, I'll join your payroll. I told Scopely that. Look, you want to pay me enough? I'll shill everything you got, baby. I will just dollar bill everything. I will sell all the packs. I'll be the greatest salesman in the world. You just got to pay me a lot of money. They've said no. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. They test everything. And that's actually good for you to know. You should know that, and then you should be pissed about it. You should be mad that things get tested and still roll out like this. You should get mad about that. It's better for you to know the truth and then make your stuff on that. So, it be like that. This game has problems. It's going to be okay. We're going to make it through. Let's see what this... We just got a text. Okay. How's everyone get into your system? So Kirigata, once you've loaded into the game, you're going to have a token called a novice transfer token that appears in your gift chest. So claim your novice transfer token, and then you're going to go up to the top left of your profile, go into settings, and then there will be a tab for you to transfer servers. You got to pick up the novice transfer token first out of your gifts section. Tim, good to see you, by the way. It says, hopefully they figure out the lag also because it's been nuts since the update. I know that is something that they've been working on, and they've actually addressed that in the VIP Discord. We're still waiting on our addressing, but yeah, completely agree. It's been really bad since the mid-month patch. Whatever they did definitely caused a lot of problems. It's very much like the recent Windows patch causing a lot of problems for a lot of people. So, all right. Any day a new item or art comes out, we should all just play War Thunder instead. Hey, if y'all want to play War Thunder, I know a content creator. I know someone. Yeah, his name's Rev Deuce. You should come hang out with me. And yeah, Kirigata, server 710. That's correct. That's us. That's us, my friend. Anywhere, James, you wouldn't have to ask. You would know that. Just like you're going to ask about Wandering Warriors, you wouldn't have to ask. I would have already told you. Famous community manager quote, if we didn't test anything, nothing would work. And look, first off, former community manager pause. Remember, they moved into live ops. But yeah, I mean, they're not wrong either. At the same time, like, this game has got a deserved and earned reputation for failing on rollouts, like Alliance tournaments right now, which I am going to reboot here in a second. Let's see if some of those have started to clear up. But, you know, missing task. I'm grinding my Herogen because, well, this is a level 36 account. I got to do what I can do, right? But, yeah. Yeah. Minnie Mabel, good to see you. Welcome in, ma'am. Here, we're actually going to close this down real quick so we can reboot it and see if we get better appearances. It was fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Failed as community manager, failed live ops. He'll be the cleaner next. Wow, Brexton. That's harsh. That's harsh. But I would say this, live ops as a whole has been struggling throughout the summer and now. I would say they've been struggling quite a bit. And obviously, I want them to get better. I mean, I don't enjoy the game being poopy. I don't think any of y'all do either. That's just the state of where we're at the moment. So, yeah. Just happy you got your squall free to play tomorrow. Congratulations, Willie Swim. That is cool. I mean, it's a mining ship, but it is going to give you access to the epic stuff that you need in Transigen. So that's more things. Woo, more, yay. We like more. We like more, so congrats to that. Congrats to that. No. Try rebooting and clearing cache made a difference. Yeah, Jaker. As they said in the announcement, they're working on it now. They're going to fix it. The refresh is broken. Some things are refreshing, some are not. Obviously, this has to do with them adding the new task in. Thankfully, the events are working, so that's a positive. And Minnie, thank you for joining the channel here as a cadet. Welcome in, cadet. You got a fancy color to your name. You stand out and access to cool emotes. So, Mark says, you just need a G7 to reroll the blank task. And while true, I don't think that's even worth mentioning, because then you're asking G7 players to waste their rerolls for a problem that Scopely is going to fix anyway. Just ignore it and let Scopely fix it. Yeah, I mean, let's not do their job for them, right? Just because they're not good at their job doesn't mean we should do it. We don't get paid to do their job. We get paid to yell at them and tell them stop doing bad things, right? Right? Cool. We agree. Why don't your latest YouTube videos have voiceovers in other languages? Abaddon, that is an automatic thing done by YouTube. So that would be on YouTube to have not done that so far. It takes time for them to auto dub everything. And if you don't know, YouTube is using AI to add like German and Spanish, etc. to my videos. But I do have it turned on, as in that is something that is set to run on my channel. That said, and I'm just double checking that, make sure that that is still being run. Yeah, those features are activated. At the same time, you know, it's gonna be one of those things where I have no control over how quickly they get it done or anything. So I do hope that they get that done quicker for you. I think that's been great for people outside of my traditional language. I think that's fantastic. But all that is done by YouTube itself. I'm actually looking at yesterday's video. Let me look at yesterday's video and see if it's done any of those languages. Yeah. So like yesterday's video has got Polish, Japanese, Indonesian, Hindi, German, French have all been turned on. So it just takes time for that process to roll out. So syntax, what I need to say, not feeling great, gonna lay down. All right, Corey, dude, love you, brother. Let me know if you need anything. Just, you know, I'll check it after. You obviously can't call me during stream, but you know, I got you. Thank you for being here. Why is there no 5-star gas and choice rewards? Because the choice rewards follows the battle pass, which has always provided crystal epic. That's always been the case. At the same time, I think that everything should have access. I think that they should add that. We've been talking about that for months now. All of them should have equal amounts. How do you join the alliance? Hey, Kirigata, real quick, just type in global chat, just whatever you want to type, and I'll send you an invite. Just type something right there, boop, and I'll invite you. Incoming. But yeah, Minnie, if you want to join with me, we need to do that because it's been too long. Like, I get the logic. Like, they want to save everything, or they just want to copy everything from the battle pass because that's easier. But ease does not necessarily mean fun, and we need to argue for that to be changed, right? Wrong account, by the way, but still, you get the point I'm making. This account down here, they took away choice rewards from low levels. So now Marin says just get the crystal and use the converter tokens, which is what we tell people to do. But I want to add, Marin, again, to me, kind of goes back to what I just said. We shouldn't have to pay for Scopely's problems. And I think that, yeah, you should use the tokens. It's worth pointing out there's a limited number of those, right? Like, you don't have an infinite amount of those conversion tokens. Number one, it's making you do clicks. Like, you got to go through the process of doing all the stuff. Blah. Who wants to do that? Second off, you've got a limited amount. So maybe you can't convert enough to get what you need to do. I do love that the converter exists. In fact, I think it's one of the better things Scopely has released this year is the ability to convert stuff from, say, epic crystal to epic gas. I think that's great, but you have a limited amount, and two, doesn't really address the problem itself, which is trying to earn what you need via the events. They need to adjust the structure. So Brian says they are stupid. Super stingy with the epic G5 ore and gas. So how they typically do it, Ryan, is they math out each month what a player should get, and it's basically the same amounts in all three categories, but they split it up. So some of it goes into battle pass, some of it goes into certain events. Maybe they're going to be heroic events this month. Some of them go into leaderboards, and it's all dispersed around. The amounts are roughly equal, but the sourcing is in different spots, which can be very, very frustrating. Just like we're talking about all these things being added in to the store here. Thank you, Kirigata, for the grossest introduction to yourself. But welcome to Horde. You've been invitated. But yeah, they messed up the timing on the TC Trailblazer event again. It ends before final TCs are done. Yeah, we'll obviously recommend that y'all and me hit them on that so that gets extended. I do agree it shouldn't continue to happen. Mike is what, again, Mike brings up another thing. And to be clear, guys, I love y'all coming with, things that y'all want to see done. But remember, this is not just a gripe session, right? This is not just, tell Rev everything you want to gripe about. Let's actually be productive. But Mike says, can Scopely please get rid of all the crap in our item storage? Again, what is Scopely's incentive to do that? It makes them no money. It doesn't help them at all. Meh. Do I want them to do that? Sure, but that's not really a productive conversation. That's not getting us anywhere. Like, I get it. We all want that. It's not unheard of, but it's not taking us anywhere because they're clearly not going to do it. Want to do account reviews? No, not today. If you have the Dauntless, why can you still get BPs for another one? I thought you could have one per account. Is it scrappable? One, no, it's not scrappable. Two, depends on how you got it. So events, refineries, etc., will have a static amount that you're allowed to get of a specialty ship. So for example, if you want to get the Cerritos, you can get a full Cerritos via the event that comes out every Thursday, Wednesday. However, if you get Cerritos blueprints from another spot, let's say an event store, or you bought a pack that has half, or you got some from a mission, etc., well, that doesn't take away from the tally that you were earning from in the events. So whatever is that structure that you're using the unlock method on, let's say it's the refinery, you're going to be able to get the full number via that refinery. So if that means that you end up with a Dauntless plus 50 blueprints to another Dauntless, that's what it's going to give you, but then it's going to stop showing you the rest of the Dauntless. So if the Dauntless has 200 blueprints, then you are going to be able to pull 200 blueprints from the refinery, but then it'll stop and you'll just have extra blueprints for another one. Now, you can get multiples of ships. Like there are people with 3 cubes. Not supposed to be people with 3 cubes, but there are, right? So there are ways to end up with multiple, but generally speaking, special ships are meant to have one of them. Meant to have one. So Justin says they could use just one currency and stop changing it on a good, be good moving forward. And then that won't make the cleanup worse down the road. Well, Justin, the reason they don't do that is because they make more money by selling new currencies. For anybody that's about to be in my chat saying, I don't buy those currencies, people do. That's why they change it. That's why the Ferengi Pass currencies do not translate to the next Ferengi Pass. Because they make more money selling those packs with new currency. Even if it's the same picture, it's labeled differently in the background so that it doesn't roll over. So they can sell new ones. That's the reason. That's the reason. That's annoying for us as players, but that's the logic. They sell more. I have a question. You're getting 2 squalls. I have no desire to have 2 squalls. No. So they could just refresh the currency and use it for the next run. Well, Talar, that would imply that they then have to go and take the currency from everybody who has stuff left over. And that could cause a lot of kerfluffles. So all they have to do is add a line in the script to delete the item after the event is over. And you would just run into a lot of people moaning about that. So, and either way, even if it was something you're talking about a script being run, that's still having to remove it from hundreds of thousands of player accounts. It's not that easy. So, didn't you get a free squall? Yes. Then you're getting 2 from pulls? Nope. Why do I want 2 squalls? Again, who are you talking to, chat? Do you think I care about having 2 premium mining ships? No. Only reason I got the first squall is 1, because they gave it to me, and 2, I would have got it because that's the only way to get the epic transition. If y'all are out there thinking Rev's going to dirty his docks by mining 2 different... No. That's not my gameplay. Now, if you're out there and that's your gameplay, I respect that. I get that y'all like it. That's not for me. I have zero desire to do that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. By the way, Kira got it. You have been invitated. I'm going to do it again. You should have gotten an invitation, but just in case, because this game does like to bug out, you have been invited, and you'll see at the bottom right here that you've been invited to the Alliance. I'm going to recall this, put up a shield, and we're going to switch real quick to server 20 and see if anything's running better over there. Yeah. You currently have surveys on 50% of your docks right now? Well, Richard, I've only got 4 docks. This is a level 36 account. You want to count how many surveys you're going to see on my level 63 account, I promise you it's not half. And the Voyager's definitely not a minor in G3, Richard. I can tell you've not been in G3 in a while. The Voyager is a primary ship. So, but yeah, I've got 2 and 8 docks down here. Dos. That's 2. Yeah. Did you ever get a baked potato last night? I did not. No, I did not. All right, let's see what other comments I'm missing. I don't want to miss things. Ryan says, I'd appreciate if they add a redemption option for our old currencies for any resource materials. Again, Ryan, this has been brought up for years. You're not coming up with a new idea. No offense to you, but this isn't a productive conversation. We've had this for years. It's not new. I don't want to get rabbit trailed. We're supposed to be focusing on the territories, which doesn't really reset to anything, alliance tournaments. I get it. Y'all don't like things. 100% with you, but no point rehashing the same conversation every time we go live. It's not a new idea. And again, that's not meaning to say no offense to you. Like, I'm not trying to say you're bad for thinking about it, but it's not like it's a new idea. We've definitely talked about it with them. It's not going anywhere. I don't want to waste everybody else's time making people listen to it. So, Ken Slayer says, once I catch up on Pioneer Chess, which of the Wrath of Khan officers should I focus on tearing up? Joaquin, 100%, which is going to be his affinity, followed by Carol. Now, there's also debate to be made for Savick. I don't know how many you have of Savick, but obviously you want to get to your 60 million rep. You want to do the missions, the Khan's champions, get Joaquin maxed out with his affinity. And then for your currency, don't forget that you have all the away team researches to do. But I would do Carol. It's probably my number 2. Savick would be my number 3. So, yeah. Yeah. But that's what I would recommend, Ken. And congrats on having Joaquin maxed out. Now that I finally have a Reliant free-to-play on this account, well, my happy butt is going to be, thumbs up, my happy butt's going to be getting him maxed out here this week. So as you can see, I've got more of these to summon. Yeah. Very happy to have this done. Very easy peasy, lemon squeezy now, which is good. It's very good. I've got all my stuff ready to go. Actually, how close am I? I'm going to have to wait till my pulls for that. Savick number 3, yeah. I mean, that doesn't mean I think Savick's bad. I just think Carol Marcus is number 1. Austin Turner has you really close to Maxi DeMarco. Very nice, Kinslayer. I need to do that, but easier to do on my lower level account actually because it's had the Reliant the longest. So, yeah, it's had the Reliant the longest. Here, actually, let me launch one of the champions here. Go hit him real quick. Khan's champion, locate, should be in my home system. And see how many of those I can launch. Again, just leaving the Reliant out to farm trophies. This is the entire benefit and purpose of the Reliant. Doesn't matter if it's tier 1 or whatever. Just leave it out to farm trophies so that you can then farm these. That's what you want to do. So, Ryan says we haven't seen an STFC math video lately. We love math. What math would you like to see? We could definitely do math. We could do math of, mining in the Veil. Is that exciting? What math would you like to see, Ryan? Let's see. Wrath of Khan Savick eventually outpowers Chapel for the Isolated, but Savick requires a state on the enemy for Iso to happen. Correct. Now, at the same time, everybody here should probably be okay when it comes to, I would assume most people here aren't having an issue when it comes to causing a state. Everybody here, especially in PvE, has got Solana Torres. You've got, everybody's maxed out Neelix. I've been screaming max out Neelix for 3 years. Everybody's maxed out Neelix, right? Do I need to bring back the t-shirt of need more Neelix? Because I can, if needed. I can bring the t-shirt back. But everybody here should have those things done. Morning, gamer, good to see you. Do we have exact details on the op/league requirements on the AT Store editions? The store ones are in Masters League. All of it. Literally all of them are Masters League, which we will be providing feedback, of course, to say, hey, this is silly. What are y'all thinking? And I'll tell you this, I'm pretty positive some of that's going to change. I already am. I'm already positive that some of that's going to change, but at the same time, it's annoying that it's happening. So it's annoying that it's happening, but I do believe we'll see some of that move down. 2 reliance needed. I don't agree that you need 2 reliance. 1 is plenty, but 2 is also fine if you're just trying to, farm those trophies. But you only need 1, But 2 is nice too. More is more, right? Except for the Serene Squall. You're not going to get me on the Serene Squall. You're just not, chat. I know there's many of you out there trying to convert Rev into a PvE mining player, and it's just not for me. It's just not for me. All right, we're going to save that for the weekend where leaderboards still matter. Let's go check those Alliance tournaments. As long as they keep doing events that score for upgrading their Alliance, the second is useful. I mean, that's fair. I just don't know how long that's going to happen. But I mean, that's a fair comment, and I will give credit to that being a fair comment. As y'all can see, though, cannot see any of the new rewards for Masters League. This is the Alliance that had to start from scratch, if you're wondering why I'm in such a weak Alliance. But yeah, we'll get promoted again. We'll go up to Expert League, and we'll see how that goes. Can you even get the mats to level a second Reliant up? I mean, yeah, you get your regular pulls. Depends on what ops level you're at, obviously, but how about making the Armada Prime take rare Armada cores to get? They're not going to change that, James. I don't know why you keep bringing it up. They're not going to change an old Prime. I'm not going to do that. Let me do this pull. So let me do this pull. You're getting the second simply so that you can mine half as often. Well, I will say this. If you do plan on getting 2 Reliance, just be wary and be warned of how easy it'll be with 2 Reliance to hit your daily hostile limit. And remember how problematic that can be, right? With 2 Reliance, it wouldn't be difficult if you're leaving those things out at all times to get into the issue where you now have got hitting that daggum limit every day. Now, they did raise the limit to 2,500, which is good. Just letting y'all know. Remember, the more Reliance you have, the more Dauntlesses you have, the more you have to worry about that. So just reminding everybody about that. That could be a problem for you. AT Store question. Reason why I can't see the new officers and badges. Masters League, Nemesis. Are you not in Masters League? Is your Alliance not in Masters League? Really, Nemesis? The Spartans aren't in Masters League? Am I missing something? Did drama go down that I'm not aware of? What happened to the Spartans? Hold on. Wait a minute. What's going on right now? I'm a little confuzzled. I'm confuzzled. What am I missing? Good to see you, Stefan. Welcome in. Shout Server 105. If you're in a small alliance for the new SMS, use your Fisha plus Whip, and 1 person can solo the entire thing. Good call out there, somebody. Good call out. Somebody, I'm still trying to get you over in Horde. Join like Kirigata. Love you. Got to get you in here. I want you, I want Buddy, I want everybody. I want an entire group. And I'm just going to hand over leadership to somebody, and I'm going to make her run it. Now here, you get the headache of 80 people. Go. All right. But yeah, all the new stuff in Alliance tournaments has been put behind the Masters League wall. So just go on pure free to play. Stop buying the battle pass, not cost effective. Hey, completely fair, Time Lord. Only purchase what you feel is valuable for your time and your dollar. And if you don't feel like that's valuable right now, I'm going to sit here and, of course, encourage you to not do it. Because that's what I'm good for. I'm going to encourage you to not do it. The drama that would cause, and you love every moment of it. Sandra, good to see you, says, I think the rewards are also ops locked and not just league locked. They should only be league locked. Now, some things will be ops locked. Like, for example, I don't think you can pull a premium mirror dust as level 36. And the mirror tree's not even available to you. But I guess it depends on what ops we're really defining there. The badges are not ops locked, I am pretty sure. We were sharing screenshots in my Discord earlier, and there were some lower mid-level players who were showing the badges. So, but I will tell you, I've not confirmed that with like my G3 accounts. I've not done that. I've not done that. If someone's starting a new account, which server would be good for player interaction? Server 710, join me. We actually have a great group on 710. Like, sure, there are issues like any other, but I would say it's one of my favorite servers I've ever played on. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on it. It's not like I'm in the #1 alliance. I'm not. We're like number 5, right? But I really do think, whether it's guns, AAA, Horde, Snow Wolf, Vipers, my group, Death, Clan. I mean, I really think overall it's a very good server. I mean, there's only really one troll, which is a pretty low number for most servers. I mean, it's a good group. So, Dinwit says there are a lot of things in there that G3 can buy but can't use, so it's weird that anything new would be obsolet, but it seems to be the case. Hey, if we find those locks, feel free to share with me, and I will, again, bring these points up and encourage y'all to do the same. Remember, it's our joint collective voice. So if we come together and say, hey, these alliance rewards need to be more accessible and have no ops gates, then I'm more than happy to raise that banner and run with y'all on that. 100% be happy to do it. So y'all just got to let me know where those are and help me find those, because to be honest, I don't have a million accounts. I've only got a good half dozen that I'm going to log into today, and that doesn't cover every level. So feel free to shoot me things, either message me on the Discord, and if you don't have the Discord, I'll post the link here in the chat. There's 400 of y'all, and y'all are freaking awesome. But I can't just take everything from here. So there's the link in the chat. Bob says Horde shows number 3. We're not. So in game, oh, wrong count. In game, it shows as number 3, but that's because we had the #1 player and his friends join for 2 weeks. So it super inflated our power numbers. We're number 5. It shows Horde as being like ridiculously strong. And I'm not saying we're not strong, but those numbers are inflated on server 710 because we had Humble and his friends join for a bit, and that pumped up the numbers. So what you need to do, if you're ever curious, where are you actually? Go to stfc.wtf. Here, I'll put it up on the screen and show you. For reliable, this is, I mean, the ultimate irony, right? For reliable leaderboard rankings, get out of Star Trek Fleet Command and go to the third-party tool that we have. Shout out to stfc.wtf, and you can see Horde is number 5. Now, we have a great group. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not like dissing us or anything. I'm saying that if you want accuracy in Star Trek Fleet Command, you often have to leave Star Trek Fleet Command and come to the content creators who will then provide you with correct and full information. And that's the same thing here with leaderboards. They do not show correctly on most servers, which is very annoying, and I agree, a problem. Another one of those problems that has been persisting for a while now that they're aware of, that I do not know when or if that gets fixed. I do not have a resolution date on those. All I can tell you is I know about it. I'm definitely bringing it up to them, and I hope y'all are as well. So, what's Rev's opinion on the new Gold Ducat? I think Villain Ducat and the new Villain officers are fine if you're into base rating. Here, we'll bring this in as a group. Scroll on down. You see, I'm at 61 out of 100, but below deck ability reduces enemy player critical chance by up to 50%, which is fine. I mean, you're trying to anti-crit builds. It's a better version of below deck Kira. And then officer ability is increasing shots when attacking a station. Do I think he's the end-all be-all? No, I'm not going out and spending money for him. If you're a PvPer, there is some value below decks, as the same with Winadami. And you see, I've got Villain Winadami here. Just unlocked her recently. It has that below deck ability of crit damage reduction, which personally I prefer crit damage reduction versus removing crit chance entirely. But it really does depend on what level of player we're arguing. Like, are we talking about G7 players fighting each other, or G5 players, or G3 players fighting each other? There's a lot of different levels there is what I'm saying. So it just depends on what fight we're trying to argue. I would argue their best values are their below deck abilities. How many people are really out there base cracking, but they're okay. They're not bad. I would definitely add them to your regular rotation of PvP runs, but they're also not like, you know, write home and tell your mom, oh my gosh, guess what? I've got Villain Gold Ducat. So he is another good below deck, another good, solid below deck officer for PvP. And if you do decide to raid bases, solid base raider. Thank you, JM Cosmo, for telling people to hit that like button. Dome says, thank you for all the care and concern you have for this community and for all the work you do on your videos, plus all the help you continually supply. Greatly appreciated. That was obviously one of my alternate accounts. Nobody here would be that nice to me, and thank you. It's very kind, Rev, for saying nice things about me. It's very sweet of you. Thank you, Dome. I do care about this community. I do hope nobody takes earlier me saying, hey guys, let's stay on topic, as me like coming at players. I realize players are frustrated. One thing that we all share is that we're frustrated about a lot of things and choices that Scopely makes, but we're still together as one community, and that's what matters. And I just want to keep us on track, because when things like this happen, and what I'm meaning by that is when we have new updates that come, especially with rewards and stuff like that, it's very important that the player base is unified and speaking with one voice, especially for feedback. Because if we're not, I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen. Scopely will cut their losses and say, hey, maybe they don't like this, but who cares? Move on to the next thing. And they'll leave something that the players say is bad as bad. They will not fix it unless we really gripe and moan about it. Now, if something is broken, like the Alliance refresh, they'll fix that. But take the rewards in Alliance tournaments. If people do not fight for it, they will ignore you, and they will just sit there and leave all the rewards in Masters League and not change anything. That is what they will do. It takes us fighting against. Let me tell you the method of how Scopely works. It's like Sheaton said, this is their SOP, their standard operating procedure. They're gonna set the bar really, really high. And then they're gonna wait to see how much we and moan about it, and then they'll slowly lower the bar. And if we really get mad and we really go crazy, they might even lower it down to here. But they're always gonna put the bar up here. Every single time, the bar goes here. And then we fight to lower the bar. That's just how they're gonna do it. There's never gonna come a day where they go, man, Mike Forrest, I love that guy. He's so sweet. He wears a uniform. I love a man in the military, and they're gonna set the bar down here. Not happening. Nope. If you wanna live in fantasy Delulu La La Land, good news. This is the internet. You can believe whatever you wanna believe. But the reason we've had free Gala, free DTI, free etc. is because the bar will always be set here, and we have to fight to lower the bar. So I always want to just keep, when new things come out, I always want to keep focused. Like, hey, everybody, we really need to talk about this and see what do we want to agree on that needs to change. So if you're out there saying, hey, Rev, I want the rewards to change, good, talk about it. Hank's Corner does it. Hank has no problem messaging Rev saying, Rev, I don't like this. Good. Good. Right? That's what we need to do. We have to be together, and we have to agree, hey, this reward should be available for ops 50 people. This reward should be available for ops 40. And maybe we translate that into saying it should be an Adept, Apprentice League, Expert League. Let's have that conversation. That's all I'm trying to do, y'all. And thank you for not feeling chastised, Mike, although I can chastise you later if you like. That's a Twitch reference. But for real, I just want to make sure that we find that agreement so that we can all together provide the feedback that is needed in this game. And as much as we dislike it, and I'm right there with you, the bar will always be set here. There's just not coming a day where secretly they love y'all so much, they're going to lower the bar halfway and just say, we're going to throw them a bone. Yeah. Somebody says the Thought Maker should be level 25 plus and in the Adept League. And see, I completely agree with that. What is... And I ask this openly, mostly to any Scopely employee who may or may not be listening right now, because there's always at least one somewhere. What is the rationale behind the Thought Maker being put into Masters League? Now, real quick, I feel like I already know the answer. And somebody, Tony Lopez, Brett, y'all correct me if you think I'm wrong. And if you don't know what we're talking about, this is the Thought Maker. It is a CT that is a common. It's literally already given out free to play. It's not hard to get. Here's my logic. They went with what is easy for us. What's easy for them is just blanket putting everything out and saying everything has the same thing, so that we just do one thing instead of like micromanaging this item and that item. They just blanketly said, hey, all new stuff, go right here. That's what I believe happened. They took the lazy route, is what some of us could call it. Say, oh, bam. But does the Thought Maker do anything for anybody in Masters League? No. It is not. No, the Thought Maker is arguably not even worth putting on a ship. However, with it being a CT, it is ridiculously cheap. Put it wherever you want to. But it's a common. Like, the only people who maybe could use this are G3 players. Those are the only ones who might benefit from this at all. So, right, I think that's a great example that somebody brings up, right? Those are the type of things that, like, come on, obviously this needs to be lowered so that it can be available to the people who actually need it. I think it's a fantastic example. And if y'all want to, as a group, start laying out things, I'll put out a notepad right now and start writing down, hey, what items need to be lowered and to where, right? So I'll put notepad, thought maker, G3 adept, right? We can do that for each individual item. Premium mirror dust. I would say that, I mean, I would argue expert league for that. I know Scopely is going to keep that in Masters League, but I can argue for it. That way I feel like we're compromising if we keep it in Masters League. You see what I'm doing there? Mind games. You got to play the mind games. So, Rev Deuce is looking cute today. Look. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Focus. Focus. This is not a fun and games channel. This is a serial channel. Frosted Flakes only. Somebody says having the Thought Maker available earlier gives those G3 players a reason to engage with the Continuum hostiles earlier. I agree. And in fact, that's something they've brought up. They want those hostiles to be engaged earlier, hence why they opened them up to the lower levels. But how many people are able to do that? I mean, you play on a newer server. Server 710 is only 16 months old, right? Which I know is not brand new, but in the scheme of the game, it's a newer server. How many people can do that? I mean, there is an alliance on server 710. I'm not naming the players because I'm not doing this to shame them. I'm doing this to point out how the game goes. But I'm gonna read the power levels just to prove a point. There is a level 40 on server 710 who is active. He's actually a Commodore in an alliance, etc. A level 40 who is 18.9 million power. In that same alliance, there's a level 41 who is 13.5 million power. And before anybody's like, Rev, overall power doesn't mean anything, you say that all the time. That's true. The average good level 39 is twice that powerful, like 30 million minimum. So my point is, this game is at a point where it's really trying to rush people to level up, and a lot of people are lacking, especially on new servers. They don't have the officers and the researches and the FTs and the CTs needed to do a lot of things. And you end up having players who are level 41 who are, 14, let's just give them 14 million power. What are they realistically going to do? They need the Thought Maker. You might go, Rev, who the heck needs a common CT? Why argue about it? Because these are the people that exist. So these are the people that exist, and it's worth bringing up for them so that they can be better players. Pseudo says our Alliance Guild told people 25 million minimum if we're going 40. And see, for me, it's 30. I would say minimum 30 just because it's so easy to get 30 million power. My level 36, which I could argue is behind, is 18 million. And that's without, I haven't even maxed out the Enterprise yet. So, yeah. Valhalla says Dejac needs to be earlier, as lower ops players need that. So I definitely would argue that everything that we're discussing, with the exception of Premium Mirror Dust, should be G3 available. Can we agree on that? We have 400 amazing nerds here. Can we agree on that? That every bit of the new rewards, with the exception of the Premium Mirror Dust, because remember, Mirror Tree's not available below level 40 anyway, should be available G3. So, JM Cosmos says, so G5 Plus doesn't need the Thought Maker? No. Here, let me show you why you don't need it. If you're in G5, Thought Maker, 1 second. I'm going to show you max Thought Maker. A max Thought Maker gives you 100 Apex Barrier. A maxed. Like, you took it all the way. 100 Apex Barrier. That does nothing. Nothing at all. Not in G5. In G3, 100 is still something. Because remember, almost every G3 loop in the game has nothing that does Apex Barrier. Like, nothing shreds in G3. So that actually is going to help your defense. In G5, you've got researches that'll give you 500 a pop. That's nothing. So yeah, Thought Maker's completely irrelevant to anybody in G5. Even if you're the weakest G5 player in this chat, you still have got something better than this already. It's irrelevant. So yeah, Red Wheel says the looting is the only good thing about it. And even then, if you're in G5, you've got 5 of 11, you've got Rachel Garrett, you've got Enterprise E. Picard, all of these things that even the worst G5 players should have, right? So more is more, but even if you're a weak G5 player, it's better for you to be using the Chrono Deflector than it is for you to be using the Thought Maker. And again, Chrono Deflector is a free-to-play item. You can get it free to play, and look what it gives you. 2,500. At least that's a little bit more, right? It doesn't give you the resource boost, like you don't get the loot boost, but you're still getting a good value, right? And thank you, Tech. It's very kind of you to say. So, yeah. Nicholas says there is another CT with loot, so it has a reason. Use it Op 66 to get 60 million Augment Rep. And like, I hear what you're saying, Nicholas, but my rebuttal is 20% is nothing at level 66. I mean, more is more. And if you're so strong at 66, you can easily grind whatever you're going to grind anyway. Cool. I'm just saying it's not really like it's not worth fighting over. And it's certainly not worth ops locking and Masters League locking, which is the entire premise of what I'm trying to get across. Right? If y'all want to use the Thought Maker at level 66, I'm not going to fight you on it. Like, we're not going to come to blows. I'm not going to disown you. I'm just saying the people that it matters to, with the exception of the 1 or 2 out there who just want to be hyper efficient at everything they do, it's all lower level players. It has no real purpose to the average player in G5, G6, or arguably even G4. It is specifically a G3 item. So, thank you, Hank. I appreciate you. Live long and plunder to you as well, my friend, and it's good to see you. Let's go check those tasks, because I believe we have those refreshing. Yep, the refreshing now. We got the Syndicate one. Do I have that poll ready? Did I make that poll today? All right, 4 hours from now, I can do that one. So the Syndicate, or the task, should be back up. Spin. Oh, that's the 8K one. Oh, gosh, they're all over the place. Oh, we got retrievings. Ooh, doggy, I love me some retrievings. Oh, yay. So we're not 100% back up and going, babies. But, yeah, we got a little bit back. We're kind of back. Backstreet's halfway back. All right. Nah. Yeah. Rerolling the retrieving 10K. Yeah, here, I have some rerolls. I'll do the experiments. I'll do it for us. Reroll and reroll. I've got like 280,000 saved up. So, all right, there we go. We're back to regular working orders. We're back to the regular schedule programming. Ciphers, 6 stars, and temporal disruptors. Now, this one I am pretty sure I can do. All right, claimed. Chat, real quick, remind me, how many do I need to do the temporal disruptors? How many do I need to do the temporal disruptors? I don't remember. Y'all help a Rev out. Help a Ginger out. How many is it? Is it 125? Thank you. Thank you. Rev didn't feel like doing math. So thank you. We're going to do 125 epic, convert. And we're going to pop back in, and that should have finished her out. There we go. We got us a 10K task. There we go. So 100. So that's mathing it out, by the way. It's, oh, that one. Oh, another free-to-play one. Oh, look. The game giveth. And the game, shh, don't tell anybody, y'all. The game's over here doing good things. I can finally upgrade my building over here. Shh, nobody tell anybody. Now, for those who are curious, the Temporal Disruptor task is a free-to-play task. It is incumbent upon you to be working on your artifacts, which Rev's been telling you to do for 2 years anyway, and any of the temporal artifacts, rares, epics, etc., will translate into what you need. So, for those out there, it's 125 epics. Rares, I do not recall how many it is. I'd have to pull up the spreadsheet. Let me pull up the spreadsheet. I think it's in the spreadsheet. Let me look. How many is it for rares? Boop, 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 boop. All right. I see the epics. We actually don't have the rares listed in here, so I need to add it in. So how many rares is it? Has anybody mathed out the rares for that one? It's 125 epics, but how much is it for the rares? I need to add that into the spreadsheet because we actually do not have that information on the spreadsheet. That would be good for a lot of y'all to have. Here's the spreadsheet I'm referring to. So we actually don't have that in the spreadsheet. Temporal disruptors. Here, let me do 125 epic. 167. Is that what it is, Armstrong? Y'all got to give me a specific number. Bruno says 166,000, which sounds wrong. Doesn't sound right. 167 sounds correct. 167 rare. 125 epic. Redeemed in artifact gallery. Bam. There we go. I added to the spreadsheet to give numbers. That good? That help us out? Good. Here we go. I get, you know what? I should add the uncommons as well. I guess people are laying around with the uncommons. Here, we'll put it that way. That good? Good. All right. So anyway, that's one of your free-to-play 10K tasks. And that is achievable for G4 players, G5 players. It all comes back to how much of your artifact system have you been working on? And this is one of the reasons I've been harping on it for so long, because it gives you more access to things like these free-to-play 10K tasks. And that's why I'm always harping on go do your formation armadas if you're a lower level. If you're a higher level, do them as well. But make sure you're doing your pulls, etc., because it pays off. It really does pay off. Thank you, everybody who helped in the chat, for doing the quick math for me, because I'll be honest, I didn't feel like doing the math. So thank y'all for assisting with that. And there's 2 of my 10K tasks done. And Tim is correct. You get 2 that you can pull forever in the GTI faction. In fact, every day I farm that. So if you saw me when I just did that turn in, I did the weapon, which if you go into the DTI, every day you come in here, assuming you're doing your loop, every day you pull the time weapon, that gives you 20. Every day you pull the pocket watch, that gives you 20. Do that every day. That's 140 a week that you earn from each one of them. So each one of them will give you 2 free-to-play tasks a week. So that means a month you can get 8, because math, 8 free-to-play temporal disruptor tasks a month once you max out the Chronom time weapon and the Janeway's pocket watch just by redeeming it every day. Now, Dinwiddie's right. These start at a later level. But again, the temporal disruptors themselves are available at lower level, and if you do the loops and max them out, it gets easier and easier to do, right? Like there's multiple places to get the Book of Kostamojin. You get the Book of Kostamojin in the Augment faction. So, but earlier on, you've got the rares as an option and the uncommons. The key is maxing them out. And Transigen has made that, I don't want to use the word easy, but Transigen has made it easier. And then you also have the Zindi Armada chest, which Spock Forever is pointing out. And y'all obviously know that I recommend doing these often. See, I've been pulling the rares. I need to go pull the uncommon. But there you see the Great Eye of Ra, which is the first one I tell everybody to max out anyway. You've got the Jahila Lon's 21st Century Watch and the Temporal Observatory that can drop in here in the uncommon one. And then you have more that can drop in the rare. So how long do they take to max? That's relative to how much you're engaging in everything that can pay these items out. So it's I know that's a boring answer, but it's relative to you and how much you're engaging in these loops. And also obviously what level you are. Ops level will help out. But it's relative to you and your account. See, I've got the syndicates ready, by the way, for that syndicate free-to-play task, which if you have syndicate 45 and these, you can do the syndicate 225K free-to-play task. If you're syndicate 55, like this, and you have done your researches, should be able to do it with just that pull. So a lot of these tasks can be free-to-playable. I was actually talking to Blue Mando yesterday about doing some of the updates on these. Fusion rods is not one. We're doing some of the updates on the free-to-play task available to all people. And oh, look, we got one of the broken ones to spawn. Great, we're gonna get rid of you. Get out of here. Nobody likes you. That's technically free-to-play, but I don't want to do it. Reroll. Reroll. Give me something good. Give me something that I actually can show everybody the wonders of free-to-play, Scopely. Let me show people the wonders of free-to-play. Please. Don't break again. Galactic Recruit. I might have enough for that. Let's re-roll that one again. Glad they didn't completely swap 6-star mats for 7-star mats. So I didn't expect them to swap. Here again, this is the free-to-play task I'm talking about. Once you get your Orion Syndicate up, this is free-to-playable. So again, depending on ops level as well. But if you combine all your pulls, that becomes available as early as Syndicate 45. So Proto Matter one's definitely doable if you've got the Fisha and specifically the Ferengi Whip, apologies, and you're doing your pulls in that refinery, getting those Taco Bells. Galactic Recruit is free to playable through Comp Chest. The problem with that one, OW, is just having enough Comp Chest. Most people don't have a lot of, I'll be honest, most people I notice don't save their Comp Chest. They spend it, which is fair. I am sitting on emergency field rations. I have enough for that one, actually. I have enough to do the Galactic Recruit free to play. I'm gonna see if it's still available, but I have enough to do the free to play Galactic Recruit task. It requires 19,800. Wrong button. 19,800 to do with the emergency field rations, which is, I don't know, like 8 chests, I think. Is it 8 chests you got to pull? Khan's favorite chest. You do have the Khan's favorite chest as well, Brandon. Yes. That's still something that I'm trying to get more and more people to. But yes. Yes. All right. That should be it. That should be what I needed. And we should be good. Yep. Oh, nope. Still a smidgen short. So with that in mind, have I pulled that? Now my Khan's favorite chest is only 3 out of 10. But Khan's favorite chest also allows you, as you can see on the clipboard, to get you those tokens as well. Now, if you don't have this OW who says, where's the Khan's favorite chest? It's in the away teams tab, but it requires you to do the research for it, which again, something I've harped on a lot. I really encourage people to do. It's why I really talk about the Khan's champions a lot. You get that through your research down here, priority 1 Khan's favorite. See, I currently have mine at 3 out of 10. I would like it to be higher, working on that slowly, but it's down there. That reminds me, I actually have 2 of those tasks I need to start. 1 second, chat. Yep, I got 2 of those tasks now because I just unlocked that. So now I can get that cooking as well. Boom, got 2 of these bad boys going at the same time. Look at that. That's the good stuff. And let me go ahead and get all the Latinum missions going because Rev farms Latinum. Let me tell you. Ain't nothing Rev does more than farming Latinum away team missions, and I love it. So, Tip says, I love how the lower level task is to spend 3,500 Galactic Recruit tokens when you can only spend them in batches of 800. Math is hard. I don't know if you ever tried to do math, but math is difficult, Tibbs, and you should be easier on our Scopely overlords. They're doing the best they can, buddy. They're doing the best they can. Who sent me a message? Let me come in here, do this, get this done real quick. There we go. There we go. Done. Mira says, saw my first con mission last week pop up in away missions. Gave a full pull worth of Enterprise EPA card. Wow. Congratulations. Did you get it though? Like, did you manage to hit on it? And if so, congratulations. All right, let me do traits. Nobody's really available. Yeah, I'll just run it. If you do not have the Squall, what ship and crew would you run? Well, what do you mean, Alvinator? Because you can't mine the Epic without the Squall. And that's really the only purpose of the Squall is to mine the Epic. Yikes, I got all the ones for that. Sorry, got somebody messaging me about territory over on server 710 about our plans. All right. I saw my first Epic Priority 1 a week ago and failed on it with a 99% chance. Hey, that is the most scopely thing that I've heard today, and I've heard several things today. I have heard several. I mean, it's been a very scopely day. It's been a very scopely day today. So today I saw a task that was spending materials for 1,000 points. They wanted me to spend 40 million points. That's one of the new ones that just came out, and I would encourage you to ignore that. That's designed straight up pack selling. That's 100% buy a pack. 100% buy a pack. No, thank you. Not personally a fan of those style runs. Think of it like when the G6 Uncommon first came out. So think of it then. Yeah, it's not a fan of those. Joseph says, so no new store? No, all the items are in the store. They're just Masters League and above. Unless you do the Squall as an attack ship, but then the Amalgam is better attack raider ship. And even then, if you're wanting to hunt OPC in Transgen, I would recommend the GS31 or the Borg Cube, and using the beams, what I would do rather than that. So what's above Masters League? There's nothing currently above Masters League right now, Braindig, in AT. So what's up, Tony? By the way, how you doing? Overflow Emerald Chain XP? Yes. Assuming. Well, actually, assumption. Yes. The assumption is yes. Smash the like button. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for recommending everybody hit the like button. It's the best thing that you can do that's 100% free to support the channel. Actually, second best thing. Best thing you can do is to follow the channel. I'm assuming everybody here is following the channel already. Raise your hand in the chat if you're not already following the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do that. But other than that, the second best free-to-play thing you can do is to like the video if you haven't already. If you don't want to be free-to-play and you actually want to support like AT does, yeah, AT wants to, because they're a tenor. What tenor doesn't want to support RevDuce? Check out the donor links of PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, never required, always appreciated, or check out our website, revduce.com. Thank you for supporting me and my friends, also known as my children, because they're the only friends that I have. Can you abandon your last task of the day? No. You cannot. You cannot. Yeah. Are mirror waves much harder than normal ones? They are harder, yes. I would argue that the whole discourse around waves is now all about solo waves. I'll be honest, I don't know many people running mirror waves anymore. Oh, this is going on? I want to attend. Rev wants to attend. Now, that doesn't mean I'm saying don't do them, but I am saying that solo waves, I think, is the focus for most. If you are a lower level alliance, then yeah, it makes sense. Because obviously solo waves are a 45 and up mechanic. If you're a lower level alliance, I would focus on the the regular waves and then train people for the solo waves to get their mirror currencies. I feel like that'd be a better path, but that's my opinion. I feel like it's easier to help lower levels 10 out of 10 the regular wave and then teach them how to be good in solo waves. So, and like Tony's saying, the mirror waves, you're going to use an NSEA and a Voyager. And I just feel like for ease of teaching out, I feel like it's better if you just tell people, hey, use the solo waves to get the main currency at 45. Before that, if you're just trying to help players level up, get Sloan, etc., then just have them do the regular waves. So, yeah. Anyone know what 10K task requires 53,000 whatever? I had it pulled up earlier. I don't have it currently. There's one for getting the planetary charts, and they want you to get like 8,600 planetary charts. That's ridiculous. And then I don't remember what the 53K one was. So, yeah. Sorry, music. Premium mirror dust is far more than I expected. So the premium mirror dust here, I'll put it up on the screen. We have several screenshots of it. Obviously, this alliance isn't in Masters League. So give me a second. I'll go grab the prices for y'all and put them on the screen so y'all can see them, and then we can argue, is this too much or, just right? Obviously, again, what did I just say earlier? Just remember contextually, bar is going to be up here. Like, that's just normal. They're going to put the bar up here. So one sec. Let me grab a screenshot. Premium mirror dust. All right, so I got the badges and the officers. Where's a picture of the premium mirror dust I can put on the screen real quick? Well, where's I need a picture of a premium mirror dust. Where is the premium mirror dust picture? Gosh, I hate not having something. I just feel like I'm dead airing right now. All right, y'all. Hey, somebody with the picture of it, send me a Discord real quick. Major Samo's on it. Thank you, Samo. Thank you. You still doing ops checks? Not today. So, but yeah, I'll send me a picture. It's like Pal got there first. Pal, just go ahead and send me the entire picture. Don't just send me the premium mirror dust. Send me everything. Send me like the whole Kit Kat and caboodle. There we go. Major Samo got you. All right, so we'll show y'all some of the new stuff, like the transwarp manifolds. Woo, exciting. That's not new. All right, here's your price. 250 mirror dust for 2,200. Personally, I think that's good. Like, going by what they've historically paid out. Remember, 250 mirror dust goes a long way. I think that's a pretty fair cost. I would argue the cost that's expensive is not the premium mirror dust. It's arguably the badges. I can live with the badges. I don't think it's terrible, but if I had to pick one thing that was a high cost, it's actually the badges. I think the premium mirror dust is very fair. Getting 250 premium mirror dust for 2,200, I think is fair. The badges, I think, are a little crazy. The premium mirror dust, I think, is very fair. Given the value of the premium mirror dust, how good those researches are, and what events typically pay out, I think that's a very fair one for the premium mirror dust. If there's an argument to be made for expense, I think this is ridiculous. Well, I'm sorry. I think this is high. I don't think it's ridiculous, but I think that's high. So, Basuba says dust is fair. Real says, Zenny Crew, you need burning and assimilate. If you have a high tier Neelix, use him. Oh, you just teach people in chat, real deal? You just throwing that to people in the chat? Tip says badges seem to be what I expected. Dust, I expected only 125 per pull. So you're saying you only expected to get 125 dust per pull? Which I can see that. Yeah, and even then, the badges I don't feel like are terrible. As Fred says, one 10K task, assuming you're in Masters League, gives you 3 badges. That's not awful. I mean, that's 9 command badges a day if that's what you wanted. Again, limit 5, but that's 9 command badges. I mean, that's not terrible, right? And again, I can argue that it should be less because it's an old, antiquated item, but the premium mirror dust giving 250 dust, I think was good. Tibbs pointing out that the arena boxes were paying out 125. Right, so yeah, you got that 2,200 tag, but when you talk about that, that's 500 mirror dust per 10K task. I actually feel like this is, I wish it was available to more people, but I actually feel like that's very fair. Also, Major Samo, haha, who knows how much currency Major Samo has, but I know she's got 1,500 tickets. No idea how much currency though. No idea how much currency she has, but I do know somebody's not been doing all of their metas to get all their officer unlocks. Shame, shame. Naughty, 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 naughty. This person purposely hid theirs, I guess, to not show the ridiculousness that is this wonderful game that we play every day. Yeah. Woo. All right, back into the game. Back into the game. All right, let me join in here real quick. Oh, where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? There we go. Rev would love to join. Please and thank you. And is there an uncommon ready? There's not. I'm going to have to wait for an uncommon. Oz actually changed the Admiral Officer offering in 5 days instead of repeating again? No idea. If I had to give you odds, and I'm not a betting guy, I'm not from Vegas, so I'd give you, I'd say 20 to 1. 20 to 1 odds. It's not terrible, but it's an underdog. It's an underdog. It's pretty terrible. Yeah, 20 to 1. At least it's not 50 to 1. Yeah, good stuff. All right, they just finished this one. Let's see another one spawn so I can grab it. Got to grab it as soon as it comes up because I only put like 2 of these things in here. So Arena is in 1 day, 10 hours. It is Friday. Arenas is still on Friday, and for at the moment, that's the plan, is to be running it on Fridays. Don't know if I love it. Don't know if I hate it. So, got your Revenant to Mark 4 the other day. Congratulations. Congrats. Come on and spawn, you lint liquor. I don't want to have to kill a hostile just to spawn. This is so annoying. I don't have to kill it. That can help, by the way. If you're ever curious, trying to force spawn like an Armada, killing hostiles can help. But I didn't bring a hostile killing crew, and I don't want to just slam into 3 billion powered Zindi reptilians. So, are your builders on strike today? Well, not that they're on strike. I got nothing to build that doesn't cost like uncommons right now, and I don't want to spend uncommons. There we go. Got that one cooking. If they would do the mirror dust in the Terran faction, I would do arenas again since I collected all my dust. Fair enough. I'm going to do it anyway. Don't think 250 dust 5 times per month isn't that much. I think it's a lot, but that's fine. All right. You hate Friday Arena? That is date night? I can't help that. People wanted a new day. They got a new day. It just might not be a day that works for everybody, which I don't think there's a single day that works for everybody. I personally prefer it on Monday night versus Friday night. So, but that's just me. I personally prefer it on Monday night. So. Yeah. More than 0 does 5 times a month? That's good math, James. Branding says, I'm just glad they're opening up sourcing on the premium mirror dust other than arenas. Now, if you remember the best place to source premium mirror dust? Flashpoints. Like, I get it. The Flashpoint idea was stupid, Scopely, but I still want the Flashpoint event. Give me the entities to go kill again, please. Like, your overall idea was dumb. But Flashpoints was just Galactic Invasions 2.0. Bring the Flashpoint system itself back. Keep your stupid, oh, we're going to live action Galaxy idea in the trash can. Give the event back. That was the best sourcing for Premium Mirror Dust the game had. So, bring it back. Bring it back. Max your away team building before jumping to 66, or expect a trip on your way to the academy. Save 7,000 uncommon ore too for away team 66. These are all things to do. These are all things to do. Yeah. The last run was good and easy. I said, like, Again, the overall point of flashpoints, I do believe they deserve to get, bopped over the head over. 100% agree over the general idea of flashpoints. Stop it. Why would you do that? But the actual event of flashpoints was fine. It was the events that were so abysmally bad. Run the mechanic and give me my store back. So, Domo says, I feel like the veil and margins are more like a living galaxy compared to what they try to do with flashpoints. 100%. G7, as broken as the nodes and everything in there currently are, is 100% much more a living galaxy idea than flashpoints. But let me tell you a secret, Domo. Flashpoints was probably supposed to intermingle with the veil. But it was so freaking bad because Live Ops dropped 18 eggs. Didn't matter. All right. We got to wrap up for the day. If you want more RevDeuce content, number one, hit me up on the Discord. Yes, we got a Discord, ladies and gentlemen. It helps out the channel if you're there, okay? You bunch of ingrates. Love you so much. Hit me up on Twitch tonight if you want more stream. We're going to be streaming multiple games, so check out twitch.tv/RevDeuce. That's where I'll be. And if there's anything I do to help you, please let me know. I love and appreciate everybody here who supports the channel. And those of you who hate me but are still here, thanks for watching that video. Like on the way out. If you want to support the channel, check us out on RevDeuce.com or the tip links in the chat. Live long and plunder. Stay safe for the Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next Star Trek Fleet Command video. I'm Rev, and I'm out.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.